Well, hello, guys. Here at Utini, we've been trying to figure out some things, specifically Legends Lookback. We've had the same brand, the same thumbnail for a couple years. Trying to figure out what to do with the new one. So I need your help. If you were to capture 90s nostalgia in a visual bottle, what imagery would you use? I know you're creative. I know you have some good ideas. So what is the most 90-esque and Legends-y images that you think deserve to be part of our new logo brand stuff? How about you guys? Y'all have any ideas?
I've always loved the inside of a Pizza Hut from the 90s.
Oh yeah.
That was a good time.
Like stained glass chandeliers that they had.
Ooh.
I really liked
Casper the Friendly Ghost
Yeah.
toys,
Oh man, yeah.
and stickers that glow in the dark. I still have them.
Pizza Hut reading
Oh,
club.
glow
for
in the
win.
dark. Glow in
Yeah,
the
the
dark stars.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, for sure. The
I've
Pizza
been in
Hut
a real
Reads Club.
Lisa Frank mood lately. Like I found these like cookies at Target that were Lisa Frank, and I took a picture intending to send it to the Discord. And classic Emily, I forgot, but I will send it. I'll drop it.
I'm
But
impressed you
man,
know what
Lisa
Discord
Frank.
is.
Discord
So-
is. Listen,
Yeah.
I've got a lot of different people that want to contact me, and I
Oh.
try to be invisible most of the time. It's hard to keep up, and I
The
apologize.
It's
It's
the
hard
paparazzi, I
being
know.
so popular.
You just need
Yes.
one of those Sith Lord hoods. They'll never know who you
I'll
are.
never know. Yeah.
Right? I wish that was like do not disturb, and it just sent like a picture of like
I just think
Wouldn't that
about
be
Kermit
great?
the Frog with his hood on.
yeah.
All right, back to the 90s. Back to the 90s. Rick, I've
Yeah.
always loved. There's a technical name for it, and I've forgotten what it is because I'm spitballing here. There's
Galactic
this-
purple.
Atomic purple. Atomic purple.
Okay, there we go.
Yes,
Atomic
that's-
purple.
That's
Almost there.
see-through purple. We do the purple. In case you can't see, we live in the purple dimension here at Legends Look Back. But there's a swoosh. There's like this branding. It's a light blue
It's like the Solo Cup
wave
or something, right?
Yes, you know what I'm talking
I'm
about.
just picturing Wildberry Pop Tarts right now. That's the only
You would
thing
see them
that's
on
in
like
my
on
head.
like an old
Wildberry
Forerunner.
Pop Tarts aren't bad though. Like that right there could be it. That could be the backdrop for the whole thing. Those are my favorite Pop Tarts.
may or may not be my favorite as well.
Yeah, seriously.
I think we're going for a lot of nostalgia.
Yeah.
Right? Nostalgic colors. A
All
lot of oranges.
The
Color
best
blocking.
way-
Color blocking.
Ooh,
Oh yeah, color blocking.
My favorite way to describe it is somewhere between a 90s Taco Bell and a bowling alley. That's
Yes.
that's the sweet spot. That's the sweet spot for me.
That's it.
The bowling
Minus
alley.
the smell.
I
Mm.
associate. The smell is actually. I kind of like the smell of a good.
Kind of smells like a
dusty
McDonald's
bowling
like
alley.
indoor play place. You know that like smell? It kind of smells like
no,
toe
no,
jam.
No,
little bit.
not that one.
No?
No,
You're-
we're not going
That's-
there.
You're
Okay.
bringing Rick back to his that ranch gross out feeling. that he had.
Yeah, that was different. he, he leaves the
Rick
stream.
has left the stream.
Uh-oh.
Audio
No, sorry.
only.
I'm still here.
I was worried that
That's awesome.
that you were having ranch flashbacks there.
No. I did have more wings for lunch for supper though, and I was like, they should be glad that I'm getting this out of the way now. I did it for you guys. So
I just love that you called it supper. It's adorable.
what?
It's such a southern thing. No one else uses that word.
Supper?
Like
What,
in
really?
any other
I don't use supper.
area of the country. No.
You don't use supper?
Not even sure
No.
what time of day supper is. Is that before or after dinner?
It's dinner. It's a synonymous. We're getting off track. We're getting off track. The good
Well-
news
We
here
are.
is we do
Okay,
have
bud.
we do have a prototype new Legends Look Back logo. This is not like the 100% final stamp of approval yet
Yes.
necessarily. However, I love it, and I'm really happy with where it's evolving to.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we're gonna unveil an early sneak peek here
Oh yeah.
on the Legends Look Back live stream. Therefore, if you are an audio listener, let me just paint the picture. It's really rad. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. Right now.
Yeah. Unveiling.
Why is this button not working?
The
Any
red
minute
button.
now. Any minute. We're gonna get one of those classic Star Wars wipes. There it is.
There it is.
Woo! It does need more Taco Bell, but I'm digging it.
So
Mhm.
you can actually faintly see the little swoosh thing that I'm talking about in the very background.
Yes, I see
Yeah.
it. I see it.
Uh-huh. The one that
Yeah, like those cups. It was those
Yes. Mhm.
cups that you used to get in like
Yeah,
food
the
courts.
Dixie cups.
yes,
Yeah.
like
Oh, the
college
food
student
courts.
centers.
Yeah.
You'd also see them
Okay,
on
I get it
trucks,
now.
like a truck from that era. You would see like that swoosh on the truck.
Well, Freddie, I
Or-
don't know about that, but I definitely need one of those trucks now.
Or church buses still today.
No way, really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, cool. A 90s church bus.
No, not 90s, 2020s church bus. They still are choosing to go with this swoosh as a design choice, but that's a different
Really?
conversation.
Yeah. We
Swooshes.
get some great comments here in the chat from the
Iconic.
Friendly Gamer. You should add like a Nick splat or something. We have discussed that. We have discussed that. We can't be too derivative of
Yeah,
you
we
know, a
can't put
major
like
franchise.
a Power Ranger helmet on here. I don't know if that's acceptable,
Ooh,
but it'd be cool.
would be cool.
Yeah, we'll see if Utini ever expands to like broader pop culture. We could do
This-
the Legends Look
Oh,
Back will
yeah.
evolve into just a general
Yeah.
90s nostalgia show. Freddie, you and I could do like a one of those rewatch podcasts of Rocket
Ooh.
Power.
Oh, we are riders on a mission.
Dude, that's what this. I was just about to say. That's what this Legends word, like that font, reminds me of Rocket Power, 100%.
Oh,
It reminds me
you're
of like old school Nerf as well.
Oh yeah, that could be.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I feel like I need to put my bicycle helmet on or something right now, and just get ready to go do something dangerous. I don't know.
I like the idea of a
That's right.
Nick splat. I think that's
Nick Splat. Yeah.
right
I
up
love
the
that.
alley.
It's better
You
than
are
a
I
Rick
right,
add like
Splat.
a little.
Rick Splat. You are right,
Oh.
Freddie, that this is based off of the Nerf logo. The 90s Nerf logo is one of the 3 design ideas that I sent to our designer.
Nice.
Yeah, nailed it, Freddie. You nailed it it's like you just threw a touchdown with one of those balls that has a tail.
And it whistles.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
You know what else? Whistles. This episode of Legends Look Back. Let's try a different segue. Ready? Rick, you said I'm going to do something dangerous. You know what else is dangerous? This episode of Legends Look Back. All right, team me up one more. One more good segue. Ready? Rick, would you just please start the show?
All right.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Legends Look Back, proudly part of the Utini Podcast Network. This is a Star Wars books podcast for people who like to sit in lawn chairs made from those tiny deflated garden hoses that left the little lines all over your body, where we
Mhm.
celebrate our rich EU history as well as dive into lesser-known Star Wars classics. I'm your host, Jared Mays, and I am joined by my legendary co-hosts, the one and only Freddie C.
There's probably a lot of other Freddy C's, but I am definitely one of them. So Jared, I'm not sure if you can see this. This looks like like I'm cosplaying as the Death Star. I feel like.
I
Oh.
thought maybe you were just like buckled in with a seatbelt or a harness into your
Or
chair.
Harness.
suspenders, rocking the suspenders.
Yeah. It feels like it's got 2 pockets. Kind of interesting. It's for the Return of the Jedi. It's
Oh.
in celebration, which I wore to Star Wars in concert,
Oh, awesome.
which was crazy. First of all, I'm not going to show the graphic yet. I'll get there. But I was expecting them to just play the music, right? It was a symphony. I was
Sure, right.
expecting them to just play the music of
A
Star
concert.
Wars. And of course, with respect to the movie. And of course, they had a nice projector there and they were playing, they had some scenes beforehand. And then they started. And it was, of course, the crawl. And then we kept going and we kept going. I was like, wait a minute, we're watching the whole movie, aren't we?
Oh my gosh, dude.
So got to see the entire movie with a live symphony. And
Whoa.
it was to the point where you would forget that they were playing. And you would look down and of course, like that, they're making, staccato notes. And it was fascinating.
Did they do the Ewok music?
They did. They did. I was hoping for, it was the Disney version, of course, and there was a lot of new stuff. It wasn't McClunky, unfortunately. That's a New Hope, but
Yeah.
I got this shirt or this jacket, and this is what kind of peeves me. I think you might know already.
Yeah, those are not. That's the wrong band.
It's
We're
the
looking at
wrong
it-
band.
We're looking at a shirt of the Modal Nodes when it should be instead the Max Rebo band.
Yeah.
Where's my rebooty on that shirt? You know what I'm saying?
And of course, I had to get something, and I looked at everything. I was like, the modal nodes, I guess, but
It's
I'm
still a
not
cool
wearing
shirt.
it. I'm not wearing it, guys.
It's pretty cool though.
But it is cool. I love it. Modal nodes.
Yeah, and that shirt is droopy McLame. I'll tell you that much. You know who's not Droopy McLame? In fact, her hat is Droopy McRad. That is Emily Daybeck. How are you?
Ooh.
I am doing quite well. So my husband went to this like Red Bull pit stop thing for Formula One racing. So those of you that like it, if you know, you know. And he like changed out a tire like they do on these Formula One races. And it's really fast. And he did his best, as he always does. And turns out he won like the fastest time. So he came home with like
That's so
all
cool.
this Red Bull swag. So I got this hat.
nice.
I
He
was
said I
thinking,
could pull off the flat bill. So I'm
You can,
leaving
yeah.
it to
Yeah.
you. What do you think?
Emily,
Very rocket power.
first of all, I'm pretty sure that is a false story. And what it was is one of those people who are always trying to reach out was Max Verstappen.
Oh my
And
gosh.
he sent you everything, just trying to get your attention.
That would be a very Freddie C story. I'm not that cool, but my husband is. So
How
he came
cool is
home with
that?
this backpack that's like, I mean, let's be real. It's like Alpha Tauri, which is not everybody's favorite, but it's still a really cool backpack. And then
Yeah.
a sick water bottle that like sheens. So I normally
Oh,
don't have
wow.
anything to show. It like it's hard to tell because it like kind of glows, but you can't
Yeah.
really tell with these lights. Anyway,
Wow.
I just thought it was really neat.
How
And
much
it
Red
was the
Bull
coolest
have you
thing that
had
happened
today?
this week.
Yeah. Have
That-
you drank a lot of Red Bull today?
No, he only came back with one Red Bull. It's like,
What?
what is this?
Yeah.
Just
Like I
just
got
for
more Red Bull
everybody-
on my ultra marathon than he did on this like Red Bull pit stop thing.
That's crazy.
My
Just to
grandma
give
used
everybody-
to be addicted to Red Bull, which is funny.
I used to be as well.
I love
That's a
Red Bull.
different story.
Oh my
So
god.
for those who don't know, just make it quick. Red Bull is like right now the king of F1. They weren't. They
Yeah.
came out of nowhere,
Hmm.
and they're just slapping everybody silly. And for Emily to have that hat, it's definitely the one of the best ones.
It's
Good job,
impressive.
Emily.
I
for
actually
your
was
husband.
Thank you.
thinking like the air racing because Red Bull does a lot of like air racing
Oh, yeah.
stuff too. So that's what I was thinking. Like, oh, cool.
No, that's Corin Horn.
Oh yeah, you're right. All right. I mean, it would have had a Legends connection. So
It would have.
Wow. Well, the only one who was also wearing a hat, but it's not quite as cool as Emily's hat, but it is cool. And in fact, I want one and want to buy it, but haven't yet. Is our producer, Rick Grace, wearing said hat. How are you, Rick?
I am said hat wearing, and yeah, I'm good. I've got a Utani.
What's
You-
that mean?
Utani. I don't know. It's
Oh,
just a
I don't
cool
get it.
word.
mutiny.
I've also got
Okay.
a mug with Utani on it. So pretty good.
Cheers.
Oh, look
Cheers,
at
Rick.
you.
I've
I've
got
never seen
my
that before. Rick.
my Utini
Yeah.
pint glass. Go over to utini.com/merch to get yourself
Oh, nice.
some Utini merch. There you go.
Yeah. Hey, there's a shirt. Yeah, we're just.
You can't really
Covered in
tell. but
swag,
I
yeah.
am. Yeah,
There you go.
swagged up.
I have an old
Swag
school
City.
sticker somewhere.
How this drip.
Not to dish. Is that the word? Not to have critique about your husband's story with the Red Bull thing, but it made me think. Question: did your husband have to pay to be at this event or to participate in this tire changing thing?
No.
Okay, then theory ruined. You're good. I was worried that it was like you go to the zoo and you pay to feed the giraffes,
Oh, pay to win.
and it's no, pay to do someone else's job because hold
yeah,
on.
No.
He paid to go change someone's tire?
Yeah, that's a great con right there. That's some
Yeah.
Tom Sawyer.
But I mean, seriously, you go to the zoo.
Tom Sawyer level stuff right there.
No, okay. So Formula One, for those of you who don't know, are these like giant, like inflatable tube things. They look crazy. I've never held one, but Mike could probably tell you all about it. But it's just one like big screw instead of like all those different lug nuts. It's like you throw the whole thing on and then you go zzz, and that's it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So
I
like, I
don't
think
know.
he did it in like 8 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, the
maybe
fastest
less,
the fastest I want to say, I don't know the number, but it was just recently. It was like 1.8 seconds for the
Holy
entire change from car to come in, change everything, and then for it to leave. It's fast.
crazy.
When I was a teenager, one of my weird life dreams, potentially, like maybe one day I'll do this, would be to be on a NASCAR pit crew. Like I wanted it to be the change the tires guy.
Nice.
See, I my fastest change. I have a broken driver's side window on my car that
I
hasn't
thought
been
you were going to
repaired.
describe like a diaper
about-
change or something.
That's fair. I haven't fixed this car problem in like probably 3 years, and I'm sure it's an easy fix. Instead, I just go to the drive-through and like open my door, and they always freak out and they're like, "Don't rob me, bro." I'm like, "No, I'm just don't have a fixed window." So I'm definitely not quick change of anything.
That's actually more difficult than you think, by the way. You have to take the whole door frame off.
Not this one. It's a couple bolts. Like I said, I've looked up all the YouTube and looked at the schematics. It's not too bad if it's just the button.
Welcome to Mechanic Talk with
Yeah.
Rick and Freddie C.
Yeah, sorry.
Hey, that reminds me. Tomorrow I've got to fix my fence. If anybody wants to help out, and I'm hoping that while I'm doing so, I'll be brainstorming some ideas for our next episode of Legends Look Back, because we've got a show coming up next week, a partnership with the Living Force. We're doing a little crossover event called the Yoda Years. We're going to do a Yoda-centric crossover episode, and Emily's seeing the logo for the first time, even though it's been batting around the behind-the-scenes channels for the last week.
What would you do if I sang out of tune?
That's actually kind of a good Yoda voice for that song.
If I'm not here to react strongly, why am I here?
Yeah, that's fair.
That's a great point. To wear red hats, apparently. Gonna upstage Freddie and Rick on that one.
That's awesome.
And so, yeah, we're going to do this kind of in celebration of the fact we got Yoda Dark Rendezvous, very massively underrated Yoda Legends book being re-released next week with the Essential Legends collection. And going to talk about everybody's favorite Little Green Frog Man, unless it's the Empire Strikes Back novelization, in which case he's blue. He's blue. If you know, you know.
Yeah,
So,
I got you.
Dabba dee dabba die.
Yep. Oh, Freddie has gone. Did he get raptured? Oh no. Okay, there he is.
No, I was looking for my
Came
Dark
from the-
Rendezvous. It's around here somewhere.
I was about to say, how did we miss it?
The Dark Rendezvous that you bought with me at the thrift store that one time, Freddie.
Exactly. That's the one I was looking for.
Nice.
That is a beautiful
Somewhere.
book. Mine is. It's like possibly the best conditioned Star Wars book I have in my entire collection. And I mailed Rick in one gigantic box full of books that day, of the fun books that we found
Oh
in that
yeah.
particular adventure. And in fact, Freddie, you were talking about your Return of the Jedi in concert. We've got one of those Star Wars in concerts happening here in my hometown
Oh.
in September, the very day that I'm supposed to come visit you. So the sacrifices we make
Decisions.
for friendship. I know. All right. We're going to talk about some little legendsy memes that we've seen floating around the internet for a little bit, because, we're, let's be honest, behind on our reading, and we need to talk about some legendsy stuff. And we got some silly stuff to talk about tonight. But first, there was some stuff that when I saw it, I said, there's no way we can't talk about this on the podcast. It's not like the podcast needs to be all memes all the time, but we're going to have some memes right now. Rick, tell the good folks about the meme that you sent me earlier today.
Okay, I was just innocently scrolling Facebook as one does, or whatever social media platform of your choice, and I saw this basketball meme, and I was just taken back. Like, what am I looking at? It took me a few seconds to I thought it was like the genie from Aladdin for a while, and then I realized that this is a Star Wars meme and a sports galaxy, and I give you Heir to the Empire. And I didn't make this. It's been around.
I think it was Brian Ward, if I am not mistaken. I'm looking it up right now. I want to give proper credit.
Yeah.
Look at those guns.
That's awesome.
But it is so cool. Like Michael Jordan and his body with Thrawn, I'm guessing, is what's going on here. And it's intense. It is intense.
It's
very
nice.
believable. I would, yeah. I want to see that. What's the movie called? Help me out.
What, Heir to the Empire?
Nope. Disney
Jam.
Space Jam. Yeah.
Oh,
I want to
Space
see
Jam.
that Space Jam Star Wars crossover with Michael Jordan Thrawn. That would be fun. So
I love Space Jam.
Yeah.
I don't like Space Jam, but
Hey, everybody.
it's
Something
okay.
like that, right?
Yeah, credit to Brian Ward for this.
Brian
This kind
Ward,
of
okay.
originated from the sense that there's a rumor circulating that the Filoni movie is going to be called Heir to the Empire. Which,
Yes.
we saw that coming. And not me.
Hair to the Empire?
Well, I thought about making a meme with long-haired Thrawn from that Yoda comic, or the
Oh yeah.
the Thrawn comic, where he's got the hippie hair. And I thought about memeing that up, making it into like one of those 90s book cover photoshops that people do. But I didn't. Instead, we're showing off this one. I do love basketball, though. Speaking of the 90s book Photoshop covers, I saw one, and it's so good that we've got to show it off on the show. This is the cover for if the Mando season 3 finale episode was made into a 90s EU book cover. This is from Star Wars Font on Twitter using Hugh Fleming art. Hugh Fleming is a famous, Star Wars artist. He commissioned this. This was commissioned by someone to do for Star Wars by Hugh Fleming. I'm getting all the details confused here. Hugh Fleming made this for the Australian theatrical release of Mandalorian season 3 finale.
Oh, okay.
And then somebody, Star Wars Font on Twitter, converted this into a 90s EU book cover. So, Rick, we got this one?
Yeah, give me a second. I thought it was
We're
gonna
looking
work.
for it.
No,
Looking
no.
for it. Rick's
We're
looking
ready.
for the memes.
Hey.
There it is.
Oh
So cool.
man, I
I
haven't
mean-
seen this close up, and it's spot on.
That is so spot on.
What?
That is right.
What is the formula? We need to. What is the Formula One
okay,
for a
hold
Legends
on.
book?
We got to contact Star Wars Font, see if they've got a template we can play with.
I mean, you got to have
This I just can't
faces.
figure out why the 2000s, the early 2000s, had the photorealistic heads just floating around, right?
Mhm.
Right.
The Depa Balaba deep. What do you call it, Jared?
The
The deadpan stare.
The deadpan stare.
Yeah.
But this is it. This is, in my opinion, what a Star Wars book looks like, and someone clearly understands that. It's
It's got it
it's
all.
dramatic.
It's got a color like palette that is
Hue.
Yeah, hue. I love Bo-Katan like profile. Like
Yeah.
that's so fitting.
It's powerful.
The main protagonist and like mostly full body, and then a few of the other characters are there but smaller.
Smaller characters,
And then,
that helps a
of
lot.
course, we've got the ship.
The N1, yeah.
Not
That,
one.
Oh yeah.
I think it helps that
Yeah.
there's a little bit of a glow.
Mhm.
I appreciate that Apollo Creed, what's his name? Carl Weathers
Yeah.
is look. I've been watching those Creed movies lately. Those are really rock.
I'm going to be talking about the Apostles' Creed on Sunday. and I
No,
keep
come
thinking
on. All right.
Apollo
Anyway,
Creed.
he's it's great that he's kind of looking off this way. You know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
it works. All right. So these are great. Gotta love the Legends memes around the internet. Let's be honest. In a universe where the most recent book was published 10 years ago, we got to talk about stuff like memes because it's all we got. It's what we've got. Okay. That's breaking Legends news. Somebody made a meme. All right. We had 2 really good memes in 1 week. Breaking news. I mean, spectacular, cutting edge stuff. Also, a couple of UTN projects in the works, of course. We had the UTN Academy released recently, and I'd love everybody to jump in and check out the Legends chapter and talk to us about how we did there and what you might want to see. Us updated or improve upon in the future. So keep your eye out for that. Also, we mentioned that the 4 of us recorded a Patreon special. We recorded a behind the scenes commentary on A New Hope. The 4 of us got together for 2 hours last week, and we watched an old school Star Wars movie. And well, Rick and I had a big debate, and I was right, and I won.
Oh,
So,
right. I forgot about that.
That's
I
a big
didn't-
one.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. So here's the thing, listeners, anyone who's watching right now, if you haven't gone, and I'm not trying to pitch this as we need more money. If you have not gotten into the debate yet, I think it's a pretty hot debate.
Yeah.
If you recall the green or black dress, I don't remember which color it was. Doesn't
blue.
matter.
Gold.
This one's
yeah.
bigger. This one's bigger.
And it's I have the receipts. I'm ready to continue the discussion.
Yeah, let's keep it
So,
going in Discord, maybe. That's
yeah.
great. So it revolves around Han Solo's famous line to Luke Skywalker right before Luke goes off in the Battle of Yavin. Han turns to Luke and says, right before Luke walks off, he says, "Hey kid, good. May the Force be with you."
There it is.
Rick.
He says, may the Force be with you. And so, what is the tone of said statement? That's what's in question.
Yeah.
We don't have to solve it right here tonight because let's be honest, we already did, and I was right. But anyway,
if you
check that one
want
out.
to admit that Harrison Ford made an acting lapse, then sure we can say you're right. But it's on you, man. It's on you.
Those are some big guns coming out of. Sorry, not to be inappropriate there. Those are some big words coming out of Rick's mouth.
Woof.
Yeah. So we'll see. I think. Ooh, this is tough. This is tough,
Yeah.
Emily.
Freddie's afraid to insert himself. It's such a hot debate. It got
It's
really,
hot.
It got really heated. It really did.
It
I
wasn't
gotta look
heated,
at the facts.
Like,
I gotta look at the
Yeah.
facts, and Rick says he has facts, but I don't know.
yeah,
we
they're
gotta
not.
look
They're
at
not. They're not very strong. I'll tell you that. But they don't disprove my theory. And
But you know
so-
what? There's debate, right? We have to look at the script and see what kind of tone it's going for there. But if it doesn't have it, when whatever we see in I don't know, honestly.
I want to do like
it's a hot debate.
frame by frame breakdown.
Let's do it next week on the show. All right, let's pull some frame by frame. So go check that out. The Patreon watch party that we did. Also,
Emily.
What? Emily's shaking her head. What? You don't want to have the argument all over again?
I am steering clear of this.
I thought you were going to say, I would rather die.
I would rather die.
Oh, man.
Well, you can be the
Okay.
moderator next week then.
We'll get
There
into
you
it.
go.
another day.
That's not the only fun Patreon bonus thing that has happened behind the scenes. In fact, last night, Jacob, Anthony, and I did a Patreon bonus live stream. In fact, if you missed it, it's still there, and you can go back and watch it. We talked all about like the ins and outs of Star Wars collecting. We dove deep on single issue comics, on Funko Pops, and I don't want to spoil it or anything, but Anthony has perhaps the most impressive Lego set I've ever seen. The kind of Lego set that when I told my wife about it, I was like, hey, Father's Day's around the corner, and Anthony has this. She did this. Like it was the biggest eye roll I had ever seen. Like you had better dream a different dream kind of an eye roll. Anyway, Anthony has a great Lego set, and you want to see it. And that's over there on Patreon as well. What else from the Utini goings on? Anything else we've missed? I feel like there's something big that I'm neglecting to mention. Who knows?
Well, I mean, there's Lost Tribes of the Sith coming soon.
That's right. Hopefully
that's
2 weeks
coming.
out on that. We need to chat about it after the show and nail down our final read date. That's right. Now that Emily's daughter relinquished control on her Kindle.
Yes.
Yes. She
Yeah.
snatched it away and hid it. And I found it, and we're good to go.
That
It was
is
a good hiding spot, I hear,
so
too.
stressful. Like I hate when I lose my stuff, especially like my Kindle or like my headphones, something that I use every day. It's not fun.
It's like hard. It's rare that I lose something. And it's
Mhm.
almost always, it was where I put it. And it
Yeah.
either like fell and is nearby, or someone else took it and like buried it away. And
Have you ever
and
lost
that's what
yourself to the
happened.
music, though?
Hmm.
With
Or-
that hat, it really works.
Or
That's for
the
sure.
vibrations
I'm like feeling
of the
this.
Talanda Till. Have you ever?
Oh my gosh.
We're going to
Uh,
get there, Rick. I
yes.
think
We
that's-
are.
that's someone's
We're
book.
getting there.
I pick it up, good vibrations. Okay. Anyway,
Well, I'm glad that Emily found her Kindle because
yes.
Mm.
let's face it, it's getting to be summer vacation season, and I don't know what all of your summer vacation plans are. I don't have a ton lined up for my particular summer because we've gone all in on the homestead situation here and have critters coming out of every single corner of the property, and 2 million more well on the way.
Mm.
And so I don't know, but in the
Mm.
past, personally, the summer family vacation has always been as soon as school is out, we go to the beach. Go to the beach, let's go get away. You know what I'm talking about? And so with summer right around the corner, it means one thing: it's time to kick back into said garden hose lawn chair, grab something cold to drink, preferably a Surge, because this is Legends Look Back, or a Tang.
Ooh.
Tang would be
Vault.
good.
How about some Vault?
I don't even know what that is.
Or Orbit with the waxy bubbles in there that you would drink.
Oh, yeah. How about Fruitopia? That's a good one.
Oh, Fruitopia.
Yeah, Vault was early 2000s. It was like an energy drink, like in a Coke.
I remember
bottle.
Vault.
Yeah.
I remember Vault, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
My favorite was
you
the
can-
Halo 3 Mountain Dew.
Oh
That was
yeah!
nice.
Whoa!
Game
Deep
fuel.
pool, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
they've got
I
this
had
new
that.
Mountain-
I had those like stashed in my closet for years. I liked it so much. I bought many cases, and I had
else do
them.
you
And I
have
would pull
stashed
them
in your
out for
closet,
special
Emily?
occasions. What'd you say?
What else do you have stashed in your closet?
You don't need to ask these
More
questions
flat-billed
that you
hats?
don't know the answer. You don't know the answer.
That's fantastic.
Uh.
Probably a lot of guns, knowing your husband.
Yeah.
A lot of guns. Well,
Like I said.
or blasters. Not Star Wars, they're blasters. Well, they actually now have a bomb pop flavored Mountain Dew.
What?
which
Oh
I'm
yeah, that's
excited
right.
To try.
Bomb
They
Pop is
say-
a big
check
thing
that
right now.
They
out.
call it a blast of summer Americana.
Bomb
Okay.
pop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bomb pop.
the
Is
it's the
Mountain Dew
red,
trying to
white,
get
and blue.
wholesome now? What's going on?
It's the red, white, and blue popsicle that tastes like
Yeah.
It's like
the same
America.
flavor, no
Tastes
matter
like
which.
freedom.
Listen, I'm all for the Second Amendment, but this is getting a little much. If we're naming our beverages and desserts
This has been a thing since
after
like
explosives,
Bomb
like what
Pop's
is that
like
a deal?
This is old.
way
This
right
is
Think
old.
of the
This was-
children, okay?
Rick. This was named way before all of us were born. This was
Okay,
probably
okay.
like 50s or longer. So
All right.
Yeah.
I love
okay.
me a good bomb pop.
me too.
Hey, we've got a burger
But still,
place in
yeah,
town.
you're right, Rick.
They give bomb pops for dessert. Isn't that cool? Well,
That is
Yeah.
cool.
That's,
So-
what's that candy that like explodes in your mouth? Pop
Pop
rock.
rocks.
Yeah.
Machine gun
I was-
rocks.
I was
in
gonna
the-
I was gonna say gushers. Gushers.
Really
they
violent episodes.
Make your
This is
teeth
turning out to be.
implode is the problem. Yeah, let's reel it back. Start it over. Summer's right around the corner, and that means only one thing. It's time to kick back in your favorite. What, Rick?
I have some Legends news that we forgot. We
Okay.
can't go. We can't
Hit
go
it.
ahead.
Hit it,
Isn't-
Rick.
Isn't there like a wave of ELCs coming out this week or came out this week?
Next week. Yeah,
Next
we've
week.
got. We've talked about it so many times on the show.
That's
Yoda
why I was
Dark
like, has that
Rendezvous.
happened now? Oh, that's
Yeah,
okay.
it's next week.
That's
Yoda
what you
Dark
already said.
Rendezvous,
Yes. Okay.
And there's one of the Republic Commando books and Dawn of the
Yeah.
Jedi.
I remember this now. Sorry. Move on.
No, it's good. I mean, it's more relevant because it's next week. But
Okay. So Tuesday. Tuesday the release.
it's not
Those
too late to
books-
put your pre-orders in, folks. That's right.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
something like
right.
that.
Here's my problem with the ELCs. I'm behind.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I'm
behind.
collecting
So behind.
I think 2 waves behind. Tom from
Four
Delray.
waves.
Tom said that they're not going out of print. They're going to continue to reprint them. They're not limited runs, so we don't have to worry. And I
Nice.
said, nice try. Nice
yeah.
try.
Yeah. Well, and then what if they fix like the cover like overlap issue? You know,
Shh, don't talk about that.
now I want
So-
the ones that have the overlap. You know.
So you got a response from Tom about that. I've been asking about Truce at Bakura, and I've got a lot of unreads.
A lot of unreads.
They did make
Crickets over
the-
here.
They did make the Ruins of Dantooine April Fool's joke. So
Yeah.
there's that.
Yeah.
I don't- That was for
Maybe-
you, Jared. That was.
I thought it was for you, but okay.
Oh,
Maybe
man.
we're going alphabetical. They just haven't got to the T's yet. That's probably it.
Yeah, that's it.
Sure.
That's for
Yes.
sure it.
New ELC is right around the corner. And one more time.
Yoda.
Summer is right around the corner, and that means only
Ah.
one thing. It's time to kick back in your favorite garden hose lawn chair, grab something cold to drink like Bomb Pop Mountain Dew, lather up in ranch dressing, sunscreen, and sink into your favorite Legends book. We're going to play a little game inspired by one of my happiest Star Wars memories personally, because let's be honest, it's all about me.
Mm.
Yeah. So when I was a teenager, a friend of mine, Donovan Fox, lives right down the road. Shout out to Donovan. Donovan loaned me. Rick
Congrats.
knows Donovan. Donovan loaned me Darth Bane, Path of Destruction, and I took it
Nice.
with my family on vacation. And I read that entire book
What a
from the
book.
beach. And since then, I've thought to myself,
Orbalists.
is Darth Bane a good beach read? Beach reads in the world of reading, it's a whole thing, right? And so that brings up the question, what is a good beach read? We've got 4 criteria tonight. We're going to play a little game. The criteria, and everybody in the chat, you are welcome to participate as well. What makes a good Star Wars book to take on vacation? So I want to hear, what is your reasoning for the books that you're choosing? Like, what do you think? You want like something light and breezy? Do you want something hot and sweaty? I don't know. What are different criteria for a Legends book? A book you've read before, a book you haven't read before? What's your book? What's your reasoning? What's your vacation spot? Where are you going? Where do you like to kick back and read on when you can get away from the job and and from home, from the stresses of life? And finally, what's your format? How do you like to experience your books on vacation, specifically on the beach? Emily, you're almost entirely Kindle. Let's start with you. Yeah, where are you at with all this,
Okay.
Emily? What's your Legends beach read?
All right. So my number one pick is something I'm reading right now. And sometimes when the kids are active and you're tired and you need kind of like an upper, right? You need something that's kind of high energy that gets you back into doing whatever cool adventure you're doing over the summer. And my choice for that reason is Darth Maul Lockdown. And I know we've talked about this a lot. I think it is a very impressive audiobook. I'm listening at ×2 speed right now, and it is very reasonable. It just is like really intense and like dramatic, and there's always something going on. Like I'm never like falling asleep during the book. Yeah,
Wow.
so like sometimes
That's
I don't
quite
want a
the pick.
relaxing book. Sometimes I want something a little more high speed, and something I can't put down. So that's why I'm choosing Lockdown.
Wow. All right. That is a crazy pick.
Mm,
Here's
mhm.
why. Here's the scene that I'm imagining, Emily. You're a mom. You're a wholesome mother. You have high morals, and you're responsible. I'm imagining you with your husband, children, maybe some friends. Maybe I'm invited. I don't know. You're kicking it back. You got yourself I don't know, something light to drink. Obviously, like a PBR, something that's a nice beachy drink. You're kicking it back. The kids are building sandcastles. There's some kids on boogie boards out in the ocean, and here you are reading about eviscerations.
Yep. That's how I roll. Listen, like not everybody vacations the same. I like a little adventure. I like a little edge. And this is my edge. Darth Maul.
You're wearing your mom visor. And
which now is a Red Bull hat.
flat
I don't
bill.
like to keep it. I don't like to play it safe all the time. Sometimes you want a classic beach read. Sometimes you want to feel like you still got it.
First
Ooh.
of all,
Right now,
I told you
you know.
so. I told you
Mm.
Mall Lockdown was
You did.
aces.
And you talked about it so much. I was like, oh my gosh, fine. And I started listening to it. And and this is coming off the heels of we finished a show called Mayor of Kingstown, which is all about prisons and gangs. So I
Ooh.
felt like I was like right back in that world. So it's
Hmm.
kind of a good timing where it just kind of kept the prison violence going.
Love it.
Okay.
Gotta love it.
Wow,
Yeah.
prison
Good beach
violence on the beach. with
We
the
have
family.
we have some good comments in the chat here.
Yeah.
Abel said, okay, I'm just kidding, it's Andrew Bell. I just had to say Abel. Okay, I had to drop in and say that I actually have an exclusive Legends beach read, which is the Crispin solo
Ooh.
trilogy. Then he
Hang
follows it
on,
up
Andrew.
with I have yet to read the third book on account of not going to the beach again yet.
It's fantastic. But you do live in Alabama.
Somebody get that
Alabama
man to
does
the
have-
beach.
Alabama
Yeah.
does have beaches. That is where my family often goes to the beach, though it is dirtier than where we prefer to go to the beach. But that's Alabama for you. As dirty as Andrew's mustache.
Oh,
Or Rick's beard.
wow.
His ranch-covered
Wow.
beard.
I have
Wow.
showered at least once since then, okay?
At
And even
least
shampooed my
sometime.
beard.
All right, so we're gonna kick it. We're gonna kick it to Freddie before the thunderstorms take him out. My first beach read, first pick
that scared me.
is a dark side book, Darth Bane, The Path of Destruction, because I've got this fond memory as a teenager and rediscovering my love for Star Wars books, and I'm like, wow, I didn't know a Star Wars book could be this good. Yeah, I read quite a few when I was younger than that. Mine is Dark Side. Emily's is Dark Side. However, Emily's pick is a book that you love, Freddie, so it's off the board. You can't pick Mall Lockdown. What's your first pick in the Legends Beach Read Vacation Draft 2023?
Let's see. Oh
GM.
wait, hold on. That's
Aha.
Dark Rendezvous. Wrong one. Let me see here.
That one is due up soon. That's right.
So this book is one of my favorites. I shouldn't say this book. These form of books, this style. You'll see what I mean. And I think they're perfect vacation books. A lot of the time, when I'm doing this, I am fishing or something, and I don't have time to always just read the book. And if I put it down, I don't like to have to try to remember what was going on. But it's these books here, the Tales
Oh.
books. Tales Cantina, Jabba's Palace. This one
That's
is
a good
Tales from the
idea.
Empire.
Those
Look at
are good vacation books. I've
Yeah.
read those on some vacations. Yeah.
And it's, for those who don't know, there's short stories. For instance, Tales of Mos Eisley Cantina is a story of everybody that you see inside of the cantina. A little clip of their life and, what they were doing before, possibly, during the cantina
yeah.
incident, and then shortly after.
In Greedo's,
really
in Greedo's instance, literally right before the last moments of his life, and then afterward when he gets blended up into a milkshake and drank by Wooher.
Yikes.
yeah.
Yikes.
So I think these are some of my favorites. I love them. Like I said, they're quick stories. Like, for instance, I saw Timothy Zahn in here.
Mhm.
Uh,
I think he's in all of them.
I've heard of him, I
there's
think.
Stackpole, Miss Chance, right?
Mhm.
A lot of cool little short stories.
It's a great pick, Freddie.
So
Yeah.
this is one of my first picks here.
That's possibly the most logical and yeah, good pick, solid pick.
Probably should have started with Freddy.
Mm.
My bad, y'all.
It's all good. You did good.
I like
I
your pick.
like Mall Lockdown.
Yeah,
That's-
the good news in your instance is you took his pick off the board. You swooped it out from underneath him. He cannot choose Mall Lockdown. Otherwise, his 3 picks would have been Truce at Bakura, Mall Lockdown, and then Truce at Bakura again.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Rick, you're up. What's your first Legends Beach read?
You know, I made some notes, but I keep on coming up with better ideas. So I was gonna say some Star Trek book just to make a joke. But yeah, if I wasn't gonna go with that, are we just in the first one or all of them?
Just you went last, so you get to do 2.
Okay.
We're doing snake. Okay.
So my first one then would be a nice high action book. So like an X-Wing book. What's another good action one?
X-Wing. I think X-Wing books are a good pick because they're
yeah, it's a
kind of
lot of them.
pulpy. Got some romance.
Those are my picks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are my picks, and I have reasons. I'm gonna just.
Okay. Yeah.
We're
I'll
we
let
can share this one. We can
I'll
share
let
this
you.
one.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of them.
Elaborate.
But the reason why, it's Top Gun, Baywatch,
Ooh.
beach
Oh,
volleyball,
Beach.
right on the beach.
Yeah,
You're
gotcha.
right.
All right, hey, let's practice our Top Gun high five. Ready? Whoops, other way. Yeah. All right, shirtless.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh dear. Now we have to turn off. This show is for children.
I don't think I got above the halfway point.
The navel. Okay.
Move along. Move along.
My second book, and it's almost like it's almost a joke at this point. I feel because we talked about it, I think maybe just last week, and then we talked about it in our A New Hope special. But the Star Wars Galactic Phrase Book and Travel Guide.
We need like a
Ooh.
drinking game.
Come
where You have
on.
to ring a
Come
bell
on.
or something every time we mention this.
Who doesn't
I
want to
love
be on
all
the
the
beach?
post-its sticking up out of the pages.
That's what I'm saying.
Never heard
it's
of this book.
Very
referenced.
Rick.
And like, who doesn't want to be sitting there on the beach learning how to speak Huttese? Like, come on. What else
That
do you
is
do?
pretty cool.
What else do
Okay.
you do? So,
Hey, Rick,
Mhm.
I
Uh-huh.
see it.
I have a question for you.
yes, sir.
Come
Don't
to the
say
one.
it.
Come
Oh,
to
no.
the one.
No,
Come
no.
on, Rick. Come on, Rick. Question for you. Tiwanawanga.
I knew it. I knew it. Tiwanawanga.
McClunky.
I don't think
Uh,
McClunky's
I'll
going to
take-
be in there, but you
I'll
never
take that
know.
as a yes. I'll take that as a yes. He wants the Wanga.
Uh,
Hey, great comment here in the chat from Isgul. My beach read would be Heir to the Empire because it is the next big book on my reading list. Physical copy, if possible. Now,
good
I
one.
think that is good. Like, hey, just take whatever book you're going to read next, take it to the beach. Now, however, take it to the beach carefully because the beach has a lot of hazards for books, depending on how collectible your copy. Number 1, sand. You know,
It's coarse. It's
That's right.
everywhere.
it's irritating. Absolutely. There it is.
This is the sand copy right here.
Freddie's got a sand copy of the preferred copy by the sand people that they can
Not
put over
these
their
two
heads
though.
and go.
The-
Oh my gosh.
These don't go to the beach.
What about your Christmas ornament? Does that go to the beach?
In my pocket. The
See,
whole
that's
time.
why you got to do what I did: is take somebody else's book to the beach.
Oh my
I imagine
gosh.
Donovan got the book back and I handed it to him, and then just sand fell out onto his desk.
Oh,
Just
Oh,
man.
you
man.
know, it'd be a
Man.
great beach read for me. The bug books. Doesn't matter what happens to
Oh.
them. They go
Yeah.
straight to the donate pile when you're done.
Throw them in the ocean
Oh.
while you're at it. You can just throw them in the ocean. Actually, there's some really good stuff that happens in that series. Though the series overall, I would say, is among the worst, in my opinion, in all of Legends. There's some really cool stuff. The Leia and Saba Sabatine stuff is
yeah.
fantastic.
We're talking Dark Nest?
Yeah.
Okay.
The bug books.
Just making sure.
Emily, is that your second pick? You putting the bug books on there?
No. For my second pick, I'm going something a little more traditional. I think it's already been mentioned, but Paradise Snare. But
Oh.
this one, I would
Mm.
not want to listen to because there's a lot of awkward content. I would prefer to skim visually. You don't want to hear it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
sure. Yeah.
So you're saying skim visually? Does that mean you want to see it?
No, it means I want to like see the words, choose to
I'm just
omit
joking.
some, and then keep going.
Yeah, makes sense.
I have the
Unfortunately-
AC Crispin trilogy, like the Barnes and Noble version, where it's like all three of them in the same one. So
Yeah,
I'd like,
that's really
I
nice.
probably wouldn't take that one to the beach, but I'd probably get an individual copy and take a physical
Yeah.
copy.
Don't
Yep.
take that big one to the beach. Then, like, you got to put in your beach bag
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like lug it back and forth to the, the
Do you have
condo
a
or wherever you're
book
staying.
beach bag?
Well, we'll get to this in a second, but I don't even think I want to go to the beach, like period. But even read at the beach. So we'll talk about that in a second. But
Sure.
Yeah, Darth Maul
Hypothetically.
Lockdown is like mountain adventure vacation. Like you're mountain
Uh-huh.
biking, you're like doing something
Yes.
active and crazy.
Mm.
Like that's what you want. Paradise Snare is like you're chilling at the beach.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, your hat definitely says you want to be a mountain bike adventure kind of person.
I feel like
For
I'm
sure.
taking on this whole other persona and I'm not disliking
Yeah,
it.
it's time to get a tattoo, Emily.
Mhm.
I think you're right.
Time to ink it up.
Or what's this persona called? Just call you
Gotta
M.
spell something.
Are you-
M. Hmm.
I don't know. Given-
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I've had a lot of nicknames
She's
in
We're
my
just
just
life.
gonna
Dayback.
go by your last name.
That's right.
Make it rough.
Yeah, I've been a last namer historically. My maiden name was Hoskins, and so like people would call me Hoskins all the time. And then Daybeck,
Yeah.
It's not
Really?
Cool.
dissimilar.
And
Well,
now
So
Yeah.
they'd be like,
Uh,
"Hey, yo, Hoskins!" You turn around with your newsy hat and your mustache and your bow tie.
I had a lot of I lived a lot of lives,
and
so-
now you're living the bomb life.
and now I'm living that mom life with a Red Bull hat. Got an edge. Keep them guessing. Never
All
let
right.
them know your next move.
I love
Speaking
it.
of keeping me guessing, I've lost track of whose turn it is.
I
So-
know. I think it's Freddy's.
Rick,
Yeah,
you
sure.
did, Freddie said two. He did X-wing, and
All
he
right, then
did.
Jared, it's your turn.
Yeah. I'll take it. All right. My next pick is one that I have also already read on the beach, and I would do it again. 10 out of 10 would do it again. In fact, I read this book on Freddie's beach, his ex-beach, where he used to live. This book is. I've even got.
Watch your mouth.
I've got some video footage of me reading this on the beach because I'm a podcaster and I make videos everywhere I go. Ruins of Dantooine. Ruins of Dantooine is an
Mm.
ideal beach read because it's dumb. The book
Real dumb.
is kind of like, what is even happening here? I can't believe this is even a book.
It's mostly like descriptions of creatures.
Yeah, it's a lot of creatures, and you find a lot of creatures on the beaches.
Yeah,
You've got you've got
Yeah.
seagulls, and this what are the ones that sting you and you got
It's-
to pee on them? Jellyfish.
It's very much a
Stingrays,
pico pico.
jellyfish.
pico
Yeah.
You
I
got
don't know.
jellyfish. You got like that really tan guy. That really tan guy. He's
Really
also,
good.
also a
Dire
creature.
cats.
He's definitely a Florida
Achlays.
resident.
Oh yeah, now Freddy's naming Star Wars Galaxy's creatures. Also, another perk with Ruins of Dantooine. Another perk. It's short. It is a short
Mhm.
book. Another perk. The cover's so bad it like can't be made worse by
No.
having
By a beach.
gotten weathered on the beach if you bring your
Mm.
physical copy.
Yes,
Um,
just to remember this. If anyone needs advice in life, just remember, look, Ruins of Dantooine hit rock bottom. It can only be better from here.
Mm.
Just like your life.
Dude, come on.
I feel like
I don't know.
Splinter
I-
was a bit below.
It can go up.
I
It
actually
can
thought
only
Ruins
go
of
up.
Dantooine was pretty good. I mean,
It was.
enjoyable.
Yeah, it wasn't the worst, but I'm here for
No.
Freddie's sermons. We should give him the mic, man.
Speaking of giving the mic, who's up next? Rick, have you had two picks yet?
I've had 2 picks. Yep.
All right, Emily, final round. Lead us off. But first,
Yes.
the friendly gamer, a great chat in the great comment in the chat. I tried to read Light of the Jedi on vacation. It sat in my suitcase while I went to the beach. LOL.
Yep. That sounds about right.
That's how it
I'm a-
usually goes, right?
I'm obsessive
Yeah.
when I go. I always pack like 5 physical books, and then I have 10 or 12 downloaded on my devices, and then a bunch
Oh,
of
pack rat.
Yeah, I get
Literature pack
nervous about like what kind of reading mood I'll be in.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Emily, you're up.
All right, so I'm finishing up with just a classic read. It does not really matter in the grand scheme of things. It changes nothing with the plot. You will miss nothing if you fall asleep and lose your place countless times. But it's still a pleasant, uplifting, enjoyable read, and that is Courtship of Princess Leia. I mean, I've spoken about this book constantly. I have a physical copy. It's one of the few books that I actually own, and it's just a classic. I mean,
Yeah.
you need a little romance action. So I've got something that's a little bit more aggressive, something that's beachy, and then there's courtship, which is more steamy. So there's something for everybody.
And then there's Crispin, which is Hut's self-replicating, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really know where to put that
Little-
one.
Yeah.
Little raves
I
in
particularly
the.
like the Hut wrestling. That's a
Oh
great
yeah.
scene.
Oh man.
The one of them gets squished. That's a great,
Slap.
That's sad.
great moment
So good.
for sure. Speaking of squished, Rick, it's your turn.
All right. Why? I don't understand that segue, but I'm just gonna take
There's
it. as a
no,
compliment.
there's no rhyme or reason. Much like Ruins of Dancing.
Squish the ranch bottle in your face last week.
Wow.
It's very true.
Speaking.
Wow. I committed to the bit for you.
You really
and
did.
You're just gonna make fun of me
Don't you
for
blame
it.
this
It's
on
fine.
us.
It's fine.
If you don't know what we're talking
Iconic.
about, we'll have to post a clip on Twitter. I tried to the other day, and it said, "Are you sure you want to do this?" So,
That's
Really?
a terrible idea.
it said it was too long. It said the clip was too long.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Oh
I
my
couldn't
god.
figure out a
It
workaround.
was too long. I have like sweat in my eyes. That's why I'm like, geez, my eyes going crazy. Okay. So, like Kenobi. Let's go with Kenobi. There's lots of
Yeah.
sand.
Great one.
Lots of sand. So
It's
let's
everywhere.
read Kenobi. Yep. And I'll say one more thing, and this is probably the most realistic answer for me because I'm not really big on rereading too much. I could, for some of these are great, of course, but honestly, what I'm taking to the beach or vacation is the next book on my to be read list. So whatever's coming up, that's what I'm bringing with me.
And then it becomes
Yeah.
your beach read. All right. I was hoping somebody would say Kenobi because we have to have this conversation. This is like one of the main reasons for doing this entire show.
Oh,
The
good.
funny thing about Kenobi is this, Rick.
No water.
When we introduced John Jackson Miller, when we
Uh-huh.
interviewed John Jackson Miller,
Oh yeah.
he said he wrote this from the winter in Wisconsin.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
Whoa.
he actually wrote the book
Yeah. That's right.
in the snow, thinking about being hot. Therefore, that leads me to my next pick. I think an ideal Legends Beach read is not a hot, sandy book, but the opposite.
Hmm.
Ah,
You want a book
Okay.
A moist.
set in the snowy climate,
Okay.
such as a book that might, for example, chronicle the
I-
Battle of Hoth. There's a lot of good,
Or-
Hoth-centric books. Or
or-
my pick,
Mhm.
third pick tonight is Red Harvest.
Okay.
Red Harvest
Okay.
Good
is
one.
set in the
Solid.
snow. That's
Jeez.
right. And it's also very dark and
Hold on.
bloody. And when it comes to horror, for me, I don't like horror.
Yeah.
I only ever watch horror during the day with the lights on, windows open, so nobody's going to sneak up on me. All right. So at the beach, it's bright, happy. You're safe. You're very safe when you read your horror. All right.
Hmm.
What's your objection, Rick? What's your concern here?
It's a good one, by the way.
I think that I don't remember. I think it was something about the snow being artificial or something. So yep. Yep.
Hmm.
That's all I got.
Next. All right. Who's up next?
Freddie, did you give all three?
No, Freddie and Emily
I-
both have one left.
I talked about all
I'm
three
done.
already.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we did all three. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've
Ah.
got Truce Bakura. It's always with me when I go on vacation. I've got a tattered copy in two. Well, I've got copies in all of my bags, so I never forget it.
You do not.
I love that.
I
No, he
do.
does.
I have
I've seen it. He keeps backup copies in his different bags.
Dude, I love
because
that.
when I'm traveling, which happens often, I travel for work. For instance, I'm going to be 45 minutes north of Rick. I think somewhere maybe I don't know yet. We're not meeting yet. A lot of things to work out. We'll work it out. That's probably going to be some Patreon content or summer content. We'll see. But Truce Bakura always comes with me. I'm often out in the middle of nowhere. I've got nothing to do. What else to do but dive into a book in an unknown city? A book that you know really well. Like it's like your neighbor, your best friend. You know everything that's coming, and then you look around. You're like, I don't know where I'm at right now, but I know this
Dude.
book.
Freddie, I feel like you could write like a devotional around Truce Bakura because you're so like.
Oh, I'm in touch
intimately
with Kathy
acquainted-
right now. Okay, so
I
Kathy,
was
first
gonna
name
say.
basis. Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually calls him by his real name, Fernando.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. So as we close it out, we've talked about what is your book, what's your reasoning. We've got everything from like adventure books to rereads to something that's hot and sandy, something that is romantic and kind of,
Is that a 90s
pulpy.
song? Man.
Sure. But we've also not yet quite got to talk about what is your vacation spot? Where do you like to go? What's your like go-to? This is my ideal setting for reading. I've got a couple, I like, but before I had kids, going to the beach was great for that. I like to having the sound of the waves in the background to drown out any other background noise. Really puts me in a reading mood. Now I've got kids and it's terrible. So the beaches, not the kids. The kids are great, but it's tough to go to the beach.
It's harder to go to the beach with kids, so it's terrible.
Yeah. So where do you guys like to go? What's your ideal reading scenario? There's a cabin in Maine that we like to go to whenever we can. Back when we lived up north, that I like the smell of the pine trees and a beautiful fresh air. I'd kick back in those Adirondack chairs, and that's where I read Yoda Dark Rendezvous for the first time. For example,
that sounds great.
I think we could pick a couple of places, right? Because there's definitely a few places that I take my books to. Rick, go ahead. I don't know what you have. I'm trying to.
Yeah. So, two places come to mind. Kind of opposite. We talked about temperature before the show. I'd rather be cold than hot. And so another reason I don't like the beach personally is like I'm always hot, and I don't want to go get in the water because then I'll be wet, and
so
I don't
hot,
like
Rick.
that. Hey, thanks, buddy.
And then you're sticky.
And
'cause
yeah,
you're all
hot.
salty and sandy and
and
sticky.
ranchy, and yeah, it all goes together.
Sunscreen everywhere.
Anyway,
worst.
so I would rather go somewhere cold. I don't have to have snow. Snow's great. I'm cool with snow, but like cabin in the woods sounds epic. Let's get a hammock, just swing in between the trees. I'm ready
you could
to
read
go.
Cabin in the Woods in a cabin in the woods.
There you go. That's right.
How do you get out of a hammock though, Rick?
You don't. It
don't
just
know if
takes
I
you
can-
home.
Let gravity do its thing. Just roll over.
I have done that many times. We used to have a hammock with a mosquito net, and I accidentally flipped the hammock and got stuck on the mosquito net, and then it ripped slowly, and I fell to the ground. My wife
I'm
watched
just
the whole
picturing
thing. Yeah,
Chewbacca up in the net on indoor.
I can see Rick just falling out of this hammock like hot cheddar. Just slowly.
I've never actually gotten in the hammock. Never have done.
You've never gotten in a hammock?
I'm a hard chair type of guy.
Oh man,
Adirondack
You've
chairs.
never been in a hammock, so how would you know?
I've looked at them and I've said,
It's a balancing act, but it's not that bad. You just gotta look. I'm a big guy. Okay, if I can shift my weight the right way and get in and out of a hammock with medium success, you absolutely can do it. You fit, strapping young man.
Y'all are missing out. Let's get a Patreon goal to get Jared in a hammock. My gosh.
Well, when he come visit, I will force him into a hammock one way or another.
yeah, and then
Please
you're gonna wrap
do
me up
and
in it
film
like
it.
a cocoon, and I'm gonna come out a dragonfly. Or what are the ones that come out? Butterflies.
Butterfly.
Emily, what about your vacations?
Well, ironically, I was thinking, I was like, you know what? Truly, I feel like getting those little bits of respite in the everyday is like where life is right now. Like it's just finding the vacation in your day to day. And so my favorite spot, and this is kind of like a weird answer, so and you guys can say this doesn't count, but is my hammock on the front porch because it's like it's shaded. Usually I can read when the kids are down for a nap and I'm home. I'm comfortable. If it gets hot, I can just go inside. But I just sit there. Like I think I posted the video of like or a picture of me reading and in my hammock because that's my favorite place.
Nice.
So that's my answer.
Love that. That's a
Emily,
great answer.
We should, whenever we get together as Legends Look Back, we'll bring our hammocks, and I'll bring my portable fan that's battery powered. So whenever I get too hot, I can, just have a
Wait,
fan.
we're getting together to just read Legends books?
Hammocks Look
Sure,
Back.
why not?
Amazing.
We're all gonna get in our hammocks.
Seriously, I have
Everyone gets a hammock.
Yeah, this is like the youth minister in me, but I have a backpack filled with like 10 hammocks and straps, so I'm ready to go. I got you loaded.
Carabiners?
Okay.
Carabiners?
And then you know what? We'll all be facing our heads towards each other, right? And then we'll have mirrors so I can look back at Emily when she's talking.
I was gonna say it'd be like in the Brady Bunch where they're all just like looking at each other, and we're just looking at each other and reading
Legends
books.
is already. Yep.
Yeah,
exactly, Emily. That's exactly what we're doing right now.
Hammocks
Okay.
look back.
Freddie, you're up. Last pick of the night. Where do you go to vacate? You're a world traveler.
Yeah.
Where have you not been, Freddie?
There's a lot of places I haven't been to yet. I haven't been to a lot of South America, actually. That's a big spot. But yeah, my spots are. I've got a few. They're kind of spots where I read when I'm able to sit down. There's only a few spots. One is fishing, deep sea fishing. I love it. I love it so much. You just sit in the boat. Your phone's dead. Can't do anything. Just hang out with some folks. Have a few brewskis. Eat some food, some snacks. Go hop in the somewhere to sit down. Crack open a book while you're just watching the waves go by. It's great. I love that. Another one in airports. I love to just put my headphones on, not listen to any music, just maybe white noise, and then just open a book.
Yeah.
Something to just drown everything out. So like airports, I do that a lot. But
You ever get the rocking chairs by the windows?
yeah. Love them. Those are really cool. What is that? I think that's like Charlotte, North Carolina. I think
I thought it was in a bunch of them. So apparently, I don't know.
That one has some nice rocking chairs. But another place I go to often is the beach. I lived pretty close. I would just go over there in my hammock. That's right. Hammocks look back.
Hammock is very important.
Yeah, and just it's the perfect, and it has to be a physical copy, so I can block the sun out. Just and then keep moving through the day with it.
With the sun.
Yeah.
I brought my iPad one time. It did not have
too hot.
like it's hot. Yes, it does get it very hot. Almost as hot as Sweaty Rick down here, but it's also tough for the eyes. The glare.
Which is also a Patreon exclusive.
Also, and then I have the Kindle Paperwhite, which I do really like.
Me too.
And
That's right.
it's so lightweight. I can stick it in any bag. Like there's always a place for it. I don't even have a case on it. I just kind of like to live wild. But yeah, it's amazing because you have as many books as you want. If you get bored, you just switch out to a different one. It's glare free. You can read it like the same brightness in the middle of the day and in the middle of the night, and it's neither too light nor too dark. So
I gotta get
I'm
one
a
of
huge
those.
fan.
Yeah, I have
cool.
a Paperwhite as well. I don't know if yours is like mine, but the waterproof one. So if I went to the beach, I didn't have to worry about it.
I'm sure it's not because I got like an Amazon warehouse deal on like a really old one, and so I paid like $40 for it. So I'm like, it doesn't really matter if it gets messed up. So.
I bought a Paperwhite and told my wife, yeah, that's probably the last Kindle I'll ever need because they're just so good. And then the next year was like, now it's waterproof. I'm like, I lied.
Upgrading.
Yeah.
Upgrading. I ruined my wife's phone a few years ago. We went to the beach. She had her beach down in the beach bag, and I threw a water bottle in there. Lid wasn't on real good. Ruined the phone. I was like, "Well, hey, good news. You're on vacation. You don't need to be on your phone anyway." She was furious. Absolutely furious. So, hey, some great comments here in the chat before we close it out for tonight. From the friendly gamer, I've been going to Lake Erie since I was young, which reminds me, I posed the question on Twitter and Discord earlier today. Hey, what do you do for beach reads? And the Discord responded so incredibly wholesome, like not in the way that the internet typically, responds. They just sent pictures of beaches. They were like, "Hey, I walked to the beach this morning." Yeah. So
Speaking of
Rick
beach.
labeled?
I'm not sure.
This particular image, I've got it around here somewhere.
Yeah. This is Lake Erie.
That's Lake Erie. Yeah, we've been going
to
Lake Erie's.
No.
The other one is Lake Erie.
Yes.
Yes.
This is from Stonesgard.
Okay, so that's
I
Vermont.
gotta say, lake beaches, different category for me.
Yeah.
Saltwater beaches are awful. Lake beaches, I could get behind.
I'm the other way around.
Really?
This is Lake Erie.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's pretty.
From the director of Jedi Knowledge through that one.
That's right.
Yeah. Love it. Love it. So thank you to the internet for being wholesome for once ever. Yeah, that was great. Loved it. Also from Aaron. Aaron said, for me, the best beach reads are fun, fast-moving stories that aren't really important to the saga. Scoundrels, Shadow Games, Han Solo at Star's End, and Starfighters of Adamar are great options. Absolutely agree 100% with
totally.
with those picks.
Shadow Game, Scoundrels. Yeah, all great.
Scoundrels, I almost put Scoundrels on there. Like if you want
the heist. Yeah, that is a good one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it wasn't
And then
my favorite,
Isgul-
which is why it didn't make it, but it was a good option.
Isgul says the family cabin by the ocean. That's a great place.
Ah,
It sounds like it.
yeah.
I would love to invite any one of these days.
Yep.
I really just
We'll
want
have
to
a
see
Legends
what the
Look Back con.
percentage of people who have a hammock in their vacation is.
Yeah.
Apparently, huge common thread.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
not me. Never done it. Never have.
Until you do
Also-
it, and then you'll be hooked for life. So.
Yeah, because I'll never get out of it. I'll be hooked in that hammock for the rest of my life. I'm never getting out of it. And then the friendly gamer says, I was able to read on a plane, but not for long, LOL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this has been a lot of fun. Let us know what books you're bringing on vacation. You get on the plane, get in the hammock, going to the beach, climbing the mountains, whatever the case may be.
Surfing.
Show us your if you're reading a
Yeah.
Legends book on a surfboard, you've especially got to show us a picture of that before you drown, because that sounds dangerous. And this has been a lot of fun, and happy summer to everybody. That does it for this week. Thank you for joining us for Legends Look Back. Thanks to our incredible patrons for your support. We love making the show. We're glad you're along for the ride. A special thank you to our new patron this week, Michael Fry on the Alliance High Command, along with the Jedi High Council. They're up there, you know. Michael Fry, Brian Dooley, Earl Q, Carl Sander, and Zach W. on the Jedi High Council, James T., Ashley Ingalls, Chris Carrizo as well on our Alliance High Command for their amazing support. Remember to sub to the channel and leave us a review in your podcasting platform of choice. It helps us out a little bit. Just that little pound on the back, the like on this episode on YouTube, those sorts of things. Boost the algorithm. You got to feed the robots, y'all. Feed the robots. Once your thoughts are read on the show, our contact information can be found in the description below. We're on Twitter as well at Legends Look Back. Remember, everybody, to keep the Utini fan code and be a force for positivity in the fandom. May the force be with you.